and gentlemen, admirers and subscribers, you are now listening to and looking at the Back Bumps and Breakthroughs podcast. As you can see, this is your boy Joseph Ira Credit. As always, with my brother Rob. You know what it is, aka BKA Jonte Keith. We got a special one today, man. One of our good friends from the what they call Canada, the Great White North.
It's the North, ain't it?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? One of our boys. He is a powerhouse of a human. He's a powerhouse of a wrestler. He's a great human, man. We love this guy. So we just want to bring on our boy Jaxon Payne, man. Everybody clap it up. Clap it up.
Oh. We gotta do it like that because ain't no music. So yeah.
We're gonna do it eventually. We're gonna add all that shit. We learn as we go, you know.
A little while, man. It's been a little bit since
man.
I see you too.
Good to see you, bro.
It's always a pleasure. So for our new fans, pretty much everybody is new right now, but for our fans, Jaxon, let everybody know who you are. Tell them a little bit about the wrestling, man, and then we can get into it.
So my name is Jaxon Payne. I've been wrestling in Canada and the States for Canada for 18 years. Just branched into the States and met my two brothers over here, Jonte Keith and Joseph Credit over here.
Hell yeah, boy.
I've just been, paving that way for 18 years through bumps, bruises, hard times, good times, paying dues, listening to the wrong people, getting shafted, getting, all leads to the hill, I live in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, out in the Great White North, as Joseph said.
See, I was right.
Kind of raining here right now, but it's like 22 degrees, which would be like 32 to you guys or something like that.
Man, y'all rain coming over here. Man, we get enough of y'all situation. We just had y'all fog and stuff over here.
Right,
smoke.
The fires and stuff, man.
That was insane. That wildfire from Northern Ontario. Oh my God. It was
how was that, by the way? Because we only got the smoke part of it. Y'all had the actual fire.
Dude, it was like the sky was orange for 3 days. It was dingy and you didn't want people some of my friends had to wear masks because they can't breathe that stuff in.
Yeah.
But I was like, what happened? I woke up one day and I'm like, why is the sky orange, yellowish? I'm like, what's going on here? And then find out that there was a wildfire somewhere.
Zombie apocalypse, bro.
Who started that wildfire though? Who just said, you know what? Who did it, man? Where he at?
Probably the government.
That's what I'm see. Now you're speaking my language.
Canada and in California, bro. They the wildfires are crazy.
They're trying to get us, man.
Well, right, we get it on both sides. We can't catch a break.
They're trying to get us up out of here, man. I'm telling you.
Well, we're like cockroaches. We don't go nowhere.
Right. That part.
Facts. See, bro. This is why Canadians and Detroiters, we got that, you know what I'm saying? We right across the street.
Across the street. That was like when I first talked to you on the phone, Jonte, last September. When we were talking about getting things going, we just clicked like that. And then when I met Big Man here and we've talked about certain plans that didn't happen, when I met him, man, it was just, we talked for 20 seconds before anything. And they were just like, hey, let's go do it, and planning me in the audience was great. And then, we could have tore the house down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I still want to run that back someday.
Could have drew some really good.
I still want to draw that back someday.
Yeah, man, we definitely have to run it back, bro. Even if it's not at the place where we was going.
Yeah. Anywhere, I got some connections in some places, and
right. We all got passports, bro. So
I guess we do mine for another decade, man. We're good.
That's all I'm saying.
I would love to see that. Yeah, that would be dope.
Jonte Keith is the referee.
Right, you gonna be there regardless. So it don't matter whether you're wrestling or not. Man,
I like that. I'm wearing this too.
Yeah, right. I renewed my passport for 10 years, man. So I'm good.
Yeah,
rock the roll.
Absolutely, brother. All right, so I know we were talking a little bit a couple of days ago about just some stuff that was going on, and we'll get into the into the thick of things. But usually, what we like to do to kind of break the ice a little bit is we have our handy dandy mental health card game. It's called How Deep Will You Go? Pause.
You gotta pause that, bro.
So we're gonna just ask a random question about mental health, and then we'll get into some more questions, man.
Game, dude. Whatever you want.
All right, let's see what we got here. Let's see. Okay. I don't like that. Okay, I like this one. What's your happy place? Whether it's a physical place, a mental place, what you do, like when you think of when you're having like some mental health issues, you're kind of going through it. Like, what do you consider as your happy place? And then Jackson, after you answer, Rob, you can answer that too.
Well, I have about 3 of them. So,
Okay.
And one obviously is the gym.
Yep.
2 is the 18 by 18 circle we work in.
Yes, sir.
And 3 is going through the long drive just to clear my head.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I hate driving personally, but I like being in the car.
I love driving. I didn't have a license for the longest time, and I walked everywhere. So now I got my license like 20 years ago. I was like, nope. I have to. I'm walking. I'm driving everywhere. I love it.
Yeah. Hell yeah, man. Like, I personally like, when Tay and I were in our heyday, man, we were driving everywhere. Like, we lived in Detroit, and then I moved to Alabama for like 6 months. Nice. And I started wrestling out there, and I became like this company's first champion out there. And then when I moved back to Michigan, they were like, well, you're still champion, so you're coming out to Alabama every month, right? I'm like, shit, yeah, I guess. Like, so I was like, but if I'm going, I'm bringing Rob with me.
Yeah.
So we used to get in my little piece of shit car, drive 12 hours from Detroit to Alabama. One way.
I thought it was like 14.
Yeah, something like that.
I've done those before.
Yeah, so we would do. That's
I
all
don't know
we
what
did
the
was
fuck
drive, bro. So like once I got to the point where I was like, yeah, I'm not doing that shit. Like, so all right, Tay, what would you consider as your happy place?
On some real shit. Like not like the older I get, being at the crib.
Yes.
Like, just being at the crib for real. That's my happy place. I'm not, y'all both know I'm pretty simple. The only time I like really be turning up and stuff like that is like when I have to, like when I gotta perform and stuff like that. But I'm like really just trying to chill. You know what I mean? I don't like to be in the mix no more any like that. So being at the crib is my happy place for sure. Knowing that I'm staying out the way, I'm happy. I'm good.
Like drama.
I was going to say the same thing in the house. I come home and I just lock myself in here, turn my projector on, and watch lots of old style wrestling.
Yeah, and then I got like different stuff that I'm doing. I play the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or checking in on wifey, make sure she's straight. But like, more personal stuff. Like I'm trying to be like more, what's the word? Like in the moment.
Yeah.
Like, all the outside stuff.
Yeah.
Like work is work, you know what I'm saying? Whatever happens at work, that's at work. Whatever happens in wrestling, that's in wrestling. But when I'm home, I'm present. I want
you open that door and everything stays behind you.
Yeah, exactly.
As you should be.
Yeah, that's how it should be.
Yeah, I think for me it's a lot of the same, bro. Like I'm a Cancer, so like my house is like that's where I'm at, bro. Like I was trying to tell my girl, man, I'm like, if you see me outside, it's because I like you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm never outside no more, bro. Like,
I don't even like coming outside unless there's some money on the floor for real.
That's what I'm saying. Like, just between, like everything I need is here. Like, I bought my house. What I need to go outside for? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's my crib. Can't nobody take my house from me. Like, it's paid for cash.
Cash, baby.
So just between gaming, and then I started doing cosplay props and stuff like that, and I make my own wrestling gear, so I started doing that. Like stuff like that just calms me down, bro. It keeps me like kind of centered to just shut my brain up and just use my hands.
Yeah,
so that's kind of something that I like to do. So I do have some more questions that we have here, but let's talk about what we were talking about. Jack, so basically you were saying that as of right now, unfortunately, your mental health is kind of just wavering right now, right? Talk about it, bro. This is safe space. This is what
I would say a little bit more than wavering. I think it's almost shot.
I feel you.
Yeah, man.
Now,
say how you feel.
I'm the type. I'm a Capricorn, right? So I'm the type of guy who keeps everything bottled inside.
Yeah.
And if I'm injured, if I'm not feeling well, I keep pushing. I walk out that door. It's like, okay, the whole Hulk Hogan attitude, right? You walk out that door, that light switch hits. You, not you. You that persona.
Right.
So in my mind, I kind of take that. Okay, when I walk out that door, I'm Jaxon Payne. So I turn that off until I'm by myself or I'm back in the house. Or the smallest things, doing groceries. I'm me, but then when you see certain people, you have to have that mentality in case someone recognizes you.
Yeah.
So I noticed that, hey, for the longest time, I'm okay. No.
Yeah.
It's like, you fill that bottle so much, but one day you stuff it one more time and it's shattered. Right? Well, that's where I'm at. Now, backstory, June 8th was probably the roughest day of my life. My dad had suffered 2 strokes, actually in this kitchen.
Oh, wow.
Well, one in his sleep. I was working, I come home, and I'm like, hey, I'm going to go, take a nap. I went to early in the morning. I got up, and he was watching TV, so okay, everything was fine. And I come in the kitchen, like about an hour later, and I go to the freezer. I'm like, why is the freezer door wide open? And it's probably one of the hottest days of the summer at that point, before summer began. And I'm like, okay, I had defrosted some steak for dinner, and I'm like, what the hell? Where's the plate? There's the steak's in the freezer, but like, where's the plate? So I come in, and my dad's like got his shirt inside out. He's like, he's talking, but he's not talking.
Yeah.
Right.
Hey, what's going on? I go, you been sleeping? Because if he oversleeps or undersleeps, he's like that, like we all are.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of figured something was up because he wasn't being how my dad's very stoic, stubborn, so he won't tell you anything anyways, right? But I'm looking at
That's how we are.
This don't look right. And my dad has a hard time walking because he's had one leg shorter than the other for 50 years. Because he got hit by a car when he was 10. And he goes to walk and he almost takes a Facebook, so I catch him. I go, this ain't right. I know he's off balance, but this ain't right.
Right.
So we go in, I get him changed. He changes his clothes. And I go, Dad, where'd the plate go? And he goes, I broke a plate, I think. I said, well, you cut, don't know how he did it. He had a stroke in his sleep, got up, went to the kitchen, fell, broke the plate, hit his head on the table, cleaned the plate up without cutting himself.
That's great.
Then I put him on his walker, and I'm like, okay, we'll take him to the hospital. Well, I started doing the, hey, when we'll be concussed, how many fingers, follow my head, nothing. I was like, okay, I'll call 911.
Right.
They check his vitals. His vitals are fine. Goes hospital. 2:00 in the morning, we find out he suffered a mild stroke on the left side of the temple blade, as I was telling Rob when you fix the stuff. And then later on, we found out that he had 2 strokes.
Oh shit!
One triggered another when he hit his head. Then he had some hazing and some swelling, and then we found out he had brain swelling, brain infection. And I was like, oh my God, here we go, right? And the last thing my dad said to me before he started going into the delirium and stuff was, I really wish we would have ate before we got here. And you all sick, right? So then,
that's strong dude, man.
Yeah, bro, like that's a lot to deal with.
One thing after another. And then it just slowly went from, okay, you have the strokes. Now we have to do a brain biopsy to see what caused it. Because we see some hazing, we don't know what it is.
Right.
And I'm like, that's kind of dangerous. He's got brain swelling, brain infection. He's a 71-year-old man. Like, what's going on here? So 4 days before he's supposed to go for surgery, he gets up and he has to go to the bathroom. Well, he can't walk. He has a catheter in. He gets up and he takes a face bomb and hits the wall in the hospital.
Oh, fuck. Where are the nurses?
Right? So I'm just showing up to the hospital with my sister, and the nurse calls me, hey, Tom? I said, yeah. She goes, are you at the hospital? I said, I just got here. What's going on? She goes, your dad took a fall, but he's okay. If he was okay, he wouldn't be in the hospital. What do you mean?
I'm here.
Right.
He fell and he hit the corner of the wall.
Jesus.
And she's like, but he's okay. I said, no, he's not. I'll be there in 2 minutes. So
Right.
I get there, and he's a little dizzy. They gave him some medication. He had ripped some of his tubes out by accident. And they do a CT scan, and they find more swelling. So they said, okay, we can't wait 3 days. We have to do the surgery like tomorrow. This was Sunday afternoon. So Monday afternoon, he had to go in. So I'm freaking out, and I'm trying to get the house ready and everything. So the surgeon called me saying it's going to take about an hour and a half. It's going to be about this big of an incision, and they're going to take like a couple strains, almost like pieces of lace.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Then, but before they cut him open, I get a call from his assistant. Hey Tom, we just looked at a CT scan again. It's a little bit worse than we thought. We have to do a reroute because if we go through his temple, we'll kill him. So they had to go through the orbital socket to here. So he has a 5-inch incision like this on the side of his head.
That's
So they had
crazy.
to go in and they checked, and it took 3.5 hours, the longest 3.5 hours of my life.
Yeah.
And everything was fine, but now it's the recovery that's going to take the longest. It takes 8 weeks to heal, plus everything else. Then he has delirium spiked and everything. So now, like, I was telling you guys earlier, just moving him from one end of the hospital to the other, one room to the other side of the room, messed with him. Now they moved to a whole new unit, whole new hospital. He knows, where am I? Why am I here? He thinks he looks outside, he's at a certain place. I said, Dad, you're at the hospital to step down. I mean, you're getting stable enough to come home soon. And he doesn't know where he lives. He doesn't know his address. So his long-term goal is there, but the short-term and new stuff is hard to comprehend. Like, he didn't remember I was a wrestler until the Saturday I went to the show and I brought him my Jaxon Payne shirt. He's worn 1 million times.
Yeah.
Right? So stuff like that was kind of like, ooh, he doesn't remember certain things. Like, okay, how bad is this? Can this change? Can it? So my mental health's been all over the place. And, when you live with the guy and you do have, I do have some support, here and there.
That's
But when you're doing 90% of everything, it takes its toll. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, you try, like, I had to take a leave of absence from work because of it. I'm on caregiver leave, right? So trying to figure that out, okay, how long till I till getting these benefits brought in so I can start, getting caught back up, right? My mental health is pretty shot, and and this is gonna sound like, I don't know how people take this, but I'm a big guy, you big guy, we all think we're unstoppable, and I used to think, oh, I'm a big guy, I'm 270 pounds, I'm a this and that, I feel great, nothing can bother me. If this goes, everything else goes. So if everyone's in that spot where I'm in, good, bad, and different, talk about it. Because if you don't talk about it, then you do what I do sometimes. You come home, you sit there, you want to watch something, and then you're just looking at a wall going, what the hell is going on? Why didn't I talk to someone? Why can't I? Put your pride aside. That is the biggest downfall to anybody. I don't care if you're on television or whatever. That pride needs to be shut away, because what if something happens one day and you're like, how come you didn't tell somebody? Like, why didn't you tell someone you care about? Well, I was raised this way. So I'm sorry my language, guys. Fuck that.
Oh, no, we don't give a shit.
Say, bro. Right.
It's just, you need to tell someone. And sometimes it's hard for me to open that up. But like when I trust somebody, I'll tell you. If not, it's like, hey, don't, I'll tell you later. But then, like, when you're doing it by yourself and, like, you're in the house by yourself, it's like, I want to go for a drive or I want to go to the gym. And how many times can you hit a gym once in a day? How many times can you go for a drive before you, like, just spin your wheels, right? So I would suggest, for people who have anything, even if it's small. To us, it may be this. To them, it might be, talk to someone. Don't keep it in. Just vent, journal, blog, go on podcasts, see people you're close to. People will see what you don't tell them if they can read you right. Like, I have a close friend of mine who I don't say nothing to, but she knows just by my eyes. Are you not doing well today? What's going on? Talk to me. You look sad. What's happening? It's like, you can leave me? What the hell? Like, this is why I wear the contacts when I wear them.
Right. So, it's like, man, you're not supposed to see that, bro. Like,
yeah. But that's how they know when that person's like, I'll use a quote from Rob here, when you're a real one. When someone can see through you Payne without the bullshit.
Literally. Yeah. That's when you know it's genuine.
Talked about coming on the podcast. I was like, when you guys mentioned, I was the first one to comment saying, I want to join.
Yeah.
I want to come on. You know what I mean? So
absolutely.
I would suggest anybody who's going through whatever, just let it out.
Yeah.
Just let it out.
Let me ask you something, bro. When's the last time somebody was like, yo, like, said they was proud of you? Like, genuinely.
Last Saturday.
Good.
When I won that title, a friend of mine emailed me and asked me how'd the show go, because they knew it was a big show, and that I was doing it for my dad, and and I wrote my dad's name. I put Dad on my tape, and I went out there, and she goes, how'd the show go? I said, I just finished 10 minutes ago, and I won the world title. I said, folks, I'm so proud of you. Oh my God. And just to hear that, I almost broke down at the merch table.
I'm telling you, sometimes that's what we be needing to hear sometimes, bro. Like,
I kept it in, so.
Yeah.
Shit, like, I'm a crier, bro. Like,
so am I. Yeah, so am I.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I just, but yeah, we're big proponents of, like, therapy too, but also, like, just being able to let that out. Like, we had that. Like when I won the title over at SCW, was and like I said, I'm a crier, so I try to keep it in, especially when I'm talking. But I had no idea that it would end up being the last time my wife saw me win a title.
Yeah, and that means something, right? That means the world.
And
I had the privilege of meeting her a few times at dinner and shows, and amazing woman. So
yeah, she was an amazing human, man, and honestly, she will forever be missed. But knowing what we know is, it's bittersweet, but at the same time, we had time to get me ready for her passing, right? So we had all the tough conversations, what she wants from me in my life when she's gone. Like, she was adamant to say, listen, Joe, I don't need you being a hermit and, shutting your heart off and your brain off. Don't worry about anybody else except for you.
Yeah. We've had this conversation, me and you.
Yeah.
And I totally get it. Yeah.
Yeah. And it worked out as far as being able to, I never say that I moved past her. I always say is moving forward.
Yes.
And it did help, because if it was sudden, I don't know if I would still be here. Real talk.
Yeah.
So, like, we were together 7 years, and 6 of those 7 years she was sick. So it takes a lot, and that's what I wanted to say about you, Jaxon, your dad, Doug, right? That's your dad's name. Yeah. Like I said to you a couple of days ago, it takes a strong person to raise a strong person. You know what I'm saying? And just to think that Doug had a stroke, still got his ass up, still cooked. What? Like, still
he didn't cook. He put the meat in the freezer.
Right. But still, he got ready. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was like, bro, I'm starving. Like, fuck this stroke.
And he kept
like,
his sense of humor too, though.
Yeah, you have to.
This is like, I know we'll talk about this after.
Yeah.
But I was telling you when I went to see him the day after, right?
Yeah.
After I had the show. Well, I'm gonna jump the gun here, but I'm sorry.
Do you, bro? Shut up.
I brought my duffel bag, and I had it in the bag. And I say, Dad, open this bag. He goes, what's in it? And I said, just open it. And I put his shirt over top of him this way because he had to get some tests done, so he couldn't put it on. But I'm gonna get this photo framed and put it on my wall.
Oh man, I love it.
Yo,
fire.
I ain't gonna lie, I can see that as a T.
Right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I remember the day before I grabbed his t-shirt and I said, hey, remember this? He lit right up. And I said, wish me luck. He goes, what are you doing? I said, I have a wrestling show tomorrow or tonight. He goes, he thought about it. He goes, oh, good luck. Because sometimes that's how I'm talking. And I said, thank you so much. And I left. I tried not to break down and show him, right?
Yeah.
And I got to the show, and it was a 19+ show, so I thought the show started at 7, like every other show does.
Right.
And so the show started at 9. So I had like 3-4 hours of this, and I'm like, okay, once the contact, you guys know me, once those contacts go in, that goes, right? So it's like that mentality when a shark goes to bite you, the eyes roll back before they bite you, right? Same deal with those. You've seen me many times, boys. Those contacts go in, like, oh, that ain't Tom anymore.
Right.
Man.
Right.
So when I did that, I'm in the back and I'm trying to lace my boots in. And I think me and you had this conversation, Joe. Well, you lace your boots up, you're trying to get in that mental state, and it ain't there. It ain't there. And you're like, I'm ready. Like I know I'm ready. And every thought in your mind is going. So I'm tying my boots up, and I look up, and the one promoter, because he's a good friend of mine, he comes up to me and he whispers in my ear, and I have my head down, and he goes, you know who you are? You know why you're here. Now go out there and prove everybody wrong, even this. And it took me a second. It took me a second, right? And I almost broke down. Yeah. But when you were in contacts and you cried,
right.
But I was on third, and it felt like the 2 matches before me just took forever.
Right.
And then it's like the whole Bret Hart analogy. We're like, get ready, please get ready. Your music's playing for like the 5th time, please. But it wasn't. It was just in my head going, oh my God, my music's going to hit in like 20 minutes, but it feels like it's 5 minutes. And then I'm getting ready going, has my music played already? Like, and I'm like right here from the Gorilla, right? So I'm like, so then when I went out there and I heard the audience and they announced my name, I come out, it was like it went away. But then, having the match, it was so surreal because it was like I was working, but I wasn't. You know what I mean? It was like, this is not real. And then when that happened, I didn't believe it.
Yeah.
I still don't. And then, like, I didn't stand. Like, I stayed on my knees. And then once they, we'll get into it, then I'm like, there's no way. And like that photo I sent you, Joe, like, that was real as it comes. That wasn't faking. That wasn't, that was emotion. Like, there were tears. Like, and... But with all that being said, like, it's what you do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I didn't mean to cut you off, but
no, dude, like absolutely.
Yeah, and then everything going through, we all go through our own stuff. And like in this business, we've talked, the 3 of us, many times in the corner. Yeah. Like, if you're lucky to have this, you man the world. In this business.
You gotta have some type of bond, some type of camaraderie somewhere.
I can count on this hand how many I have.
Me too.
And you
and y'all like y'all part of the damn finger.
I was glad to go back to Joseph there when he was emotional winning the world title. I was glad that was my debut when I got a new face. And I watched how emotional you got seeing you boy win the title. You know, and I'm trying to stay calm because our spot's coming up. Yeah. And I'm like, oh man, this is gonna. So
that's really how it is. And what makes this so special too, though, when we talk about certain things like this, is like nobody really understands like what it took for us to even get there. Like they don't see when folks is practicing before the game starts and all this other stuff. They don't see all the struggles and the heartaches and the build up to all this. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I definitely feel you, bro. Like and that's those moments are sweet.
And that's why, like, I did the whole, Macho Man gimmick on you. There's no bigger boy than me, right? Just to add that, because the fans were like, "What the shit is going on here?" And and then afterwards, you went in the back, and it was just like, "We got And then I wish, it would have. We could have got 4, 5, 6 returns out of this. You know what I mean? Like best of 7.
You can still be
the reaction when I went through the table when you had put me through the table. They still be talking about it.
I still get messages of people going, "You killed him." You killed him. Like, he was still out place all the time.
And that's kind of like one of the.
Wasn't even planned even.
Right, bro. That's kind of one of the things that I had to learn as I went to not only work, but to also be in the moment. And if anybody who knows or even watches like what's that show on Netflix that just started, Unreal?
Yes.
Triple H talks to Oba right before he comes out at SummerSlam, and he goes, "Take 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Drink it all in.
Oh yeah.
Then get to work." You know what I'm saying? So a lot of those, especially like, you know, title wins. We all know titles a prop, but at the end of the day, when you're in the moment, man, all these emotions are flooding in. Like it's real. Like you can't, like, because it's not about the actual title, right? It's about the work we put in to get to that point where a promoter or something like that, or the fans even, because like SCW, it was the fans. It was not the promoter. The fans got me that world title.
Yeah.
You know
And
what I'm
that's
saying?
it. Yeah.
So, like, absolutely, like, all of that was very cathartic. And one thing that Tay likes to say all the time is we don't wrestle, we make moments.
Mm.
And that's literally what it is. Like, we're moment makers, and every step of the way, we have to keep giving them what they want. And I think that's why we resonate so well with fans.
Oh yeah.
You know, because they can tell. Like, we can watch wrestling right now and be like, that's not actually him. Like, that's not how he talks.
They know they're playing. They're not acting.
Which why I don't watch the mainstream now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Well, you know,
If the
wrestling is
company
definitely one of my happy places.
if the company is putting any kind of belt, any kind of push up your ass, you know, like you were one of the main guys saying, you know, well, you put the work in, the crowd sees you, we see you. Hopefully that's how they see you.
Right.
But yeah, like it's a prop. It's no better than having like a necklace or John Tate's bracelet.
You know what I mean?
But to us, I see you, big gold belt you still got back there, big man.
Yeah, man. Big Shirley.
And Big Shirley's still there, you know, like the belt beside me, I'm just like,
show it off, bro. Show the world, man. You know, you worked your ass off for that, bro.
You know what I mean? Yeah. It's you know what I mean?
Yeah.
well, the promotion, they have titles, and I said, which one is which? They go, well, that goes on to the person running it. So if I'm getting a crowd reaction, this is Bandito title, means outlaw title.
Yeah.
So the promotion is Northern Outlaw Wrestling.
Okay.
That's the logo.
Bad.
Yeah.
I like that.
So I said to him, I said, what's the world title? He goes, well, the man makes the title. And I heard that back in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
Savage said it, Hogan said it, you know, Hurt said it. And it's true. And so when I went out there and I'm doing, you know, new champion chants, and we kind of had a gimmick match where it was kind of like he's trying to take the big man down. I touch him, he's trying to get away from me because I hit him, it's over.
Yeah.
He's annoying me and doing cheap stuff. And then I'm like, you're no champion. And then they change it to, you're a champion. And then I'm like, okay, I got them in my palm of my hand. So when I did end up winning, that gunshot, bang, I hit him. He vaulted over me. I hit the ropes. I hit him with the kind of half spear, pinned him. And then they all popped. And then I rolled to my knees. And I'm like, there's no way. I just, you know. And then when they, when they do this to you, I grabbed the belt and I looked and I did this. And we all know what that means, right?
You want to see if it's real.
No, it's just in your head. It's like, is this the moment? So
yeah.
I stood up and that's when and they go, and new. And every time I hear that, I think of Howard Finkel, right?
Yeah.
And I almost started to cry.
Yeah.
And then I celebrated. And that's why I showed that photo and, you know, I showed you, big man, where I have the title up in the air and then everything. But it didn't hit me until as I'm walking around and the fans are like, you're a champion. When I walked in the back and I looked at the guys, he goes, yeah, like we were saying.
You're right.
You know, you make that title. So in my eyes, I'm the world champion because of that reaction alone.
Absolutely.
You know,
you know what's special too though, bro? Like if we're gonna be all the way 100, it makes us feel good too. Well, I don't want to speak for everybody else, but I know for me, it makes me feel good when a place wants to put a title on me because they're telling me that they trust me. They know that I'm good enough to keep going and make something happen. So it's just like I look at it like, damn, because in my case, folks wasn't trying to give me nothing for real. Like it wasn't happening. So when a promoter want to sit here and look at me and be like, I trust you to carry this into a different direction, that hit me on a whole different level because I'm not used to shit like that.
This is
you know what I'm saying? I'm not used to that at all. I'm usually the one that's scratching, clawing, trying to figure something out, or in trouble because I didn't say some shit. But like when a promoter can look past those things, you know what I mean, can actually see like, yo, he actually bringing in something. I trust him in the ring and with people with all these things. Go with it. That hit me. You know what I mean? That makes me feel good for real. Because I feel like it is controlled chaos, if that makes sense.
Sometimes it's uncontrolled chaos, depending.
yeah.
But like I said, I was like, this is my second world title in 18 years. The first one was
I've never been world champion.
Was right after the pandemic.
At least I don't think.
Right after the pandemic, and then that was only a 2-month reign. And then, I've had all these matches, and like, certain promotions are like, yeah, you're gonna be this champion, and we've all talked about it. And then when it doesn't happen, you're like, what the fuck? What happened? So when I won this, I'm like, I'm not gonna believe it till that 3 count, right?
Yeah.
Because with other business, things change last minute. So when he hit the 3 count, and I felt the guy's shoulders I was like, motherfucker, this is actually real.
Yeah.
And then when I left, I put this in my passenger seat and I drove home a few hours. And I'm looking at it going, there's no fucking way. And it's in front of my TV stand, and when I'm in the living room, just looking at it going, God damn, like, and then I have next Saturday, I'm defending this for the first time. So it's like,
And so my question to you is,
thank you.
So put yourself back in that mind frame. The 3 count just happened. You are dealing with Doug, who knows that you're having this match, but you got that in the back of your head. You put everything into this match because you dedicated it to your dad, and you wanted to do a great job. You got the 3 count. Where's your mental health at that moment?
Without getting emotional here, because I'm going to break
go for it, bro.
My dad's been my biggest supporter. He's been to all my shows. The ones that he can go to, because like he's not really one to send a car for a few hours to go with me. He will, but when they're local, like 2-3 hours away, he'll come with me or around the city. Like he's been all my big matches. And the fact that he wasn't was very hard. So I wanted to make him proud of me.
Yeah.
So when, it was a last minute choice I only taped my right hand. And I had a lady, can you just write dad on my inside my arm? And she was, of course. And she does it. And it was like a 30-second thing before I go out in the back. And when I'm out there, I'm like, oh man, I hope I don't shit the bed, and that's our biggest feud. Like, this is one of the biggest matches of my career, if not the biggest match at the point. And I go out there and I do everything, and and that reaction after he vaulted over me, and I hit get mad, I hit the ropes, I cut him in half with that spear. If you could captivate that feeling from the audience, and hold that,
like bottle it,
right? It's so surreal. You think it's good, they were gone. So when I hooked that leg, and we know when you hook that leg, okay, this is it, right?
Right.
Well, when he didn't kick out, and I heard 3, I was like, okay. Some of the referees sometimes they slept, and the announcer, I look over for quickly, and the announcer goes, and new. I'm like, it was about to start. I put my head down, I kissed the mat, they put the belt in front of me, I kissed the belt, I did the, and then I started celebrating, and I'm like, I fucking did it, Mental health, everything, and I said, first place I'm taking is my dad. And I took it first thing in the morning, and that's why I took that photo. And this belt means more than any title match I've been in.
Yeah.
Just for that aspect.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
And by them saying, the fans behind you going, you are a champion, you deserve it. Like, it's, talk about runs, talk about putting you over as a big guy because you look the part and you're going on a streak or whatever. Throw that away.
Yeah.
When something inside of you is broken and you need that to hold on to, and it happens, when you think it's not going to happen, it's a whole new feeling, man. Like, when you won the SCW title, I was privileged to be there and see it. Like when you were getting up to come for the comeback, and I'm like, come on, big man, don't stop now, let's go. And you fired up, and I don't know where you got that from.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying because you were a big man at the time. You got up and you were moving like a lightweight. I don't know what you dug deep, man, but you dug deep. Like, come on, Joe, you got this. Let's go. Come on. And you hit that finish, man. Like, I almost cried. And I'm like, I have a spot with this guy in about 20 seconds. I need to, that's it.
Right, you gotta lock in, right?
But what killed me was you were so emotional, and then everything. And then when Jonte came in, man, you guys had that moment. That broke me. Broke me, man, because this is not a storyline. People who don't know, these guys are as close as one is to two.
Yeah,
and
literally.
The fact that Jonte was there in that moment solidified everything.
Literally.
If it ended tomorrow, you guys could tell you on that moment.
I ain't gonna lie, that's getting me a little emotional right now. We're talking about it.
It's real talk.
I gotta calm down.
I think one of the cool things about that is that he's been there for all of my big moments.
Yeah.
All of them. And I believe that I've been there for all of his, really. Mm-hmm. And, at the end of the day, no matter what, if we stop wrestling tomorrow, we know that that's never going to end.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, and that's what we were saying about having close friends in wrestling, because like Drake said, man, my circle's so small, it's a period. You know? Yeah. So that's, or shit, I don't know if he said it or somebody wrote it, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
hey.
But it's the truth, bro. And I think that's something that the business doesn't quite relay to fans as much. And I hope that some fans get to see this and get to see that fourth wall being broken down, because while we all know wrestling is scripted or whatnot, there's so much more that goes into it. It's not right. It's not necessarily the title win. It's, like we said, it's the time we put in. It's the heartache, the setbacks. Like I remember there was a time I was on SCW's first show with Tay that they did, and they stopped using me for like a year, and I was going through some stuff, and I was super envious. It was pissing me off, because I'm like, it made me feel like I wasn't good enough, because I'm like, I know that what I bring to the table. So the fact of me not being brought on really messed with my mental. So seeing people that I like, my mentors, like the Cole brothers, both of them were SCW champions. Seeing guys become the champion, and for me to finally have that same title was validation. Yes. That was the first time I actually, because I've won titles, I've been blessed enough to win some titles, but that was the first time that I won. I don't think I actually won a title in Michigan before that, or a world title in Michigan.
They never gave me the world title anywhere.
Well,
I ain't never. But that's a different story.
Right.
A little side note. That title I told you I won right after COVID.
Yeah.
So I said to the promoters, I said, if you guys ever go into business, I want that title. It means the world to me.
Yeah.
I got it. I actually have it.
Yeah.
I actually have that belt. So, I put this one beside that one, and then also my favorite belt of all time is the Winged Eagle. So I have one also. So I have them all laying beside each other.
You got a Winged Eagle, right? That light blue one.
Mm-hmm.
I got the black one, right? And I'm like, God damn, because yes, we know their props, we know their gimmicks, but like Stone Cold said, other people said, I want that belt.
Yeah.
Well, I don't care what you have to do, I want that belt.
Yeah.
And he got it. The one Perfect had, Warrior had, Lude had, he got that belt.
Right.
And it's like with me, it's like, yes, do this and that, but it means something to you. Where you like, I scratch, clawed, whatever. That means something to me. Same thing with this one. I'm going to say the same thing. If you guys ever give whatever to update the belt, I want this one.
Yeah.
And it's not an ego thing. It's just what you were going through at that time, saying no one can put a price tag on that or even fathom what that person was going through at that time.
Agreed.
That's
yeah,
real,
no.
man.
I have a few also from old promotions, like there was one title tag that I won when we were in Jaxon. The promotion, I can't remember the name of the promotion off the top of my head, but the promoter hit me up and was like, "Hey man, we're not running any more shows. If you pay for shipping, title's yours if you want to keep it." I'm like, "Yeah, man, like absolutely," because when I go back and I look and I'm walking through my house and I see those titles, it brings emotion. It reminds me of those moments.
Yeah.
And I think that's why, more people should be able to keep those titles, or even, promoters, like if you got it, work with your champions and see if they can get a replica made, stuff like that. Like that stuff matters, man, because we don't do this forever. You know what I'm saying? Like Tay's on his sunset right now. We
only have so many bumps in that bump code, man.
Exactly. So, when it's all said and done and we can't say I'm Joe Survivor Credit professional wrestler anymore, that stuff is going to matter. And, it's the moments that we have to be able to take what we do and to make a lasting impression, I guess you could say,
And that's why it's like it kind of like the piggyback. Well, not really piggyback, but like low key. Certain folks can be bigger than the belts.
And that's why what the promoter says. Like the man makes the title.
Yeah, absolutely. That could be for sure bigger than the belt. Cause it's just like, all right. It's a lot of legends that never been like world champion before, but it's just like the impact that they left on certain people or in the industry period kind of oversees them not winning nothing like that. It's kind of like and it's like that in sports too, like the NBA, like Allen Iverson never won the championship, but like his cultural impact on everybody else kind of like is bigger than that in a little bit.
Yeah.
It's debatable, but
no, because there are people like who are riding the bench who have who have rings that you don't know who they are, but everybody know who Allen Iverson is. I'm not even a basketball person. Everybody know who AI is.
You know what I mean?
So sometimes it is beyond that, and that's why I always say, like, when people ask about, who your favorite wrestler is, Jonte Keith. Period. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be a world champion to be the guy. You know what I'm saying? And especially at SCW, just use as an example, while you have not been the SCW champion, you've been the guy at SCW for the past 2-3 years. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that is beyond the title. That's something that they can't take away from you. Because at the end of the day, when Jonte Keith ain't on the show, half the crowd ain't there. Because they're like, what you mean, no Jonte Keith?
Yeah.
No Keith, no me.
I appreciate that, bro.
It was like when I first met Jonte, he was the interstate champion.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, and then I got hurt my leg.
I hear him coming out, and all the fans are Jonte, because he's in this crazy shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And and the man can move. Like when we did that rumble, he ran at me. I cut him at that spine bust, and I thought I broke him in two. I thought I broke him in half. And then he's like pushing through the table. I'm like, you fucked. Okay. I'll do it.
Yeah.
It was a little bit more than that, but
and we literally had like 3 words, and that was it.
When you know how to work and you can read the opponent, read the audience, you do what it's necessary.
That's
literally it. And we were lucky enough to learn how to work for real, and to go out and to walk and talk if we need to be able to, like there's so many kids out here now who can't walk and talk. And I'm like, so what happens if the crowd isn't behind you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they're booing you and you're the baby.
And I say that to people at shows to this day. I go, okay, I watched them put these together. Like one match was like, okay, we're second, we're first, we're gonna start with this, Northern Lights and this and that, and I'm like, now with this crowd, you're not gonna do that.
Doing too much, right? And that's another thing. You have to read the room. Like you gotta know
it's a 19+ crowd, and you're gonna be out there and you're gonna try to put a spot fest on, and everyone's drinking and and whatever. Some moments are gonna get that.
Yep.
And I'm trying to not shun anybody, but what happened? Went out there, and are they still working? That's
real shit.
You have to. So that's why I said, okay, you know what? I'm gonna change my match a little bit. Give me a little bit of the fun to poke at. It's an 19+ event. We'll have some fun. And I went out there, and the term in this business, boys, you know this, you ain't do shit, right? So we planned this much, and we talk and walk the list.
Real? Yep. That's how you do it, bro. That's how you know how to work.
I give you the perfect example. When SCW did their the outside shows last year.
When I was with you,
the Troy Family Days.
Yeah, I was with you.
Yeah. We were on that card, and and Jax did the Hulk Hogan shit. Like he had to do shit.
I ripped the shirt off. The fans were coming.
They were fucking and you know what I'm saying. Then and me,
he had them right there.
Who was me and one of the young guys worked, and we didn't do shit.
Yeah.
And by the end of the show, we had so many people
at the ring. Me and you have the video.
Yeah, we couldn't get out of the fucking ring.
We broke the fucking board.
That's how that's how you work,
so
bro.
I was working. Shit. I'm gonna butcher his name, but I feel bad. The big tall dude who looks like Omos. He was on.
I think it was I can't remember. Coleman's old partner.
Yeah.
You talking about H5?
H5.
Yeah.
So we were working, and you were sitting in the tent with the wife.
Yep.
And I had just worked, Dean Hendricks. We had an amazing match.
Yep.
And I said, okay, H5, we're gonna do it. I said, you ever seen Hogan Andre? And he goes, yeah. I said, did you watch it in its entirety? He goes, I watched it in pieces. I'm like, for 45 minutes, I said, I want you to watch these parts of the match. Come to me afterwards and we'll talk. And he's still new, right? So
yeah.
What are you saying? I said, watch what Andre does. Watch how Hogan comes back. He looks at me, he goes, so what'd you see? And I broke it down with him. I said, this is what we're going to do. And we did the whole thing. We went 20 minutes. We did those spots. I said, when I go to slam you, you're going to fall on me. You're going to do this. And then at the end, I'm going to come up with the big, Hulk up. I'm going to slam you, light drop. And we did it. And the 2,000 people that were at Troy Days or whatever it was just fucking erupted, right?
They ate it up, yeah.
I came out to Hulk Hogan music. I'm not American, but I had fun with it. He's laughing.
That was so funny. I was laughing my ass off.
He goes, brother, the only Canadian that can pull this off is Jaxon Payne. I killed him.
I was laughing my ass off. I was like, "You're not even American." All right.
It's perfect.
I still get comments on that because I have the clip, right?
Yeah.
And I still get comments like, "How did you do that?" I said, "You lead the people." I said, "My boys in the back were like, you're the only Canadian that we can get away with doing that without killing you."
Literally.
Real.
That's lit though. It looked like you were mocking it.
I wasn't though. It was just me, right?
Exactly.
And like when I train in the gym, I listen to Real American. Like, you know what I mean? I listen to some wrestling stuff.
Man, say what we want about Terry, but Hulk Hogan and that song is iconic, man. That's one of the best entrance songs ever created, ever.
Now a lot of people,
and who to think about when that song come on too.
And no one remembers this, but his first song was "Eye of the Tiger" from Rocky 3.
Yeah, also another one.
Right, that was the first. And then they came out with Real American. That was that's it. That's it.
Yeah, he took over.
I think
and that was when wrestling. That's the 80s, right?
80, 84, 85. Yeah.
Yeah. So
and power rock ballads.
The MTV shit going on.
That was a crazy. Cyndi Lauper, fucking Liberace, Muhammad Ali, fucking all these guys.
That's why I think it's funny when fans talk about there's so many celebrities in wrestling. There's always been celebrities in wrestling.
WrestleMania
was made for celebrities and wrestlers. That's why it was made in the first place.
Vince kept telling folks that he was trying to make movies like years ago.
Yeah.
Get them to go back and watch a Rocky Wrestling show.
Yeah, legit. So
I stick with my old school wrestling.
Yeah. All day long, man. That's how I learned my gimmick. That's why
that's all I watch.
My stuff.
Right. All right, my guys. So as we are warming down here, I always got one more card that I'm gonna ask the table, and then we can go from there. As I said, this is from How Deep Will You Go? Pause.
Pause, yeah.
So the question is, what do you think your past self would think of you now? Jaxon, I'm going to give it to you first.
Oh, you really know how to play them, big man.
Bro, I'm just pulling them randomly.
Hey, I love it. My past self would say to me now.
Ooh, deep.
That's deep.
That's a deep one, right?
That's just to see how far you've come from where you began. Even come from a little kid, picked on, bullied. Like, I got that speech impediment because I had cleft palate when I was 3.
Okay.
I was a very small kid. Like, you look at me, there's no way you were a small kid. No, I was tiny. When I was born, I was 4'6". Like, I was a tiny kid.
Yeah.
To see where I come from and just to say, you know what, I'm gonna throw my hand out and go for my dream and see if it was ever gonna happen. Was not gonna happen. And one day it did. It was way place, way time, and I became a professional wrestler. April 1st, 2008, on April Fool's Day, I had my first match. No one believes it. So April 1st, which is April Fool's Day plus Randy Orton's birthday,
right?
I had my first professional match, and
that's lit, man.
It's been pretty much like this year coming up will be 19 years I've been in this business.
That's beautiful.
And winning my second title in 19 years is pretty big.
Yeah, no, legit. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you go that long, like, because while I did win titles, but like it definitely wasn't like how people be like, so. But
also in the time I had some injuries, so I was off here and there. It wasn't constant, but I was around it for the whole time.
Yeah. All right, Rob.
Oh man, my past self talking to current me. I think honestly, like my past self will probably be proud of me for sure because I actually made something of myself, bro. Like I really did. I made something of myself when I didn't know what the hell I wanted to do in my life, at all. You know what I mean? And I was already fucking up in school.
Yeah.
I was getting in trouble, and I just didn't have any direction for it. That's why I'm always grateful for bro, because I met him hella young. Like folks don't really understand how young I met bro. You know what I'm saying? I was still a sophomore in high school trying to figure this shit out. So, and he looked out for me, man. Like to this day, like my mama be like, I still talk to my mama about shit like this, and she be like, I'ma always have love for Cass because, he looked out for you. Like he had a conversation with my mama and was like, because she basically just like, look, I don't know what's going on, but like I'm trusting you with my boy. You know what I mean? And he was like,
she been there cussing me out.
Like all right. Like
he's like, this is my one and only child, and I don't want him getting hurt. I don't want him. Like I can't promise that, but like,
you know what I'm saying? Like especially in this business, like I can't
to protect this boy as if he was your family. And
oh yeah.
Like, and ever since, I'm like, that is my family. Can't nobody tell me nothing different. Even blood don't make us no tighter. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's my brother. That's my best friend. And while he said that I saved him, he saved me. He don't even understand.
And without cutting you off, I can tell just by when I was there, and even when I first met Rob, like on the phone, we had many conversations. And even the way he would talk to you about, hey, we have this big man, my boy, Joseph Kipreda, he's been at the forefront, he's gone through everything, and just the way he talked to you, even before I had met Jonte, even before I met yourself, I could tell how close you guys were just by the few words he said. And then when I saw you guys there in the back and we were talking about everything during the day, the three of us spent like I think it was like 4 hours just shooting the shit.
We were about that facts.
And,
folks was looking for us.
We're the three guys. Oh, we're up on the fucking catwalk.
Right.
But it was, you could tell the compassion and the trust you guys have with each other, and it is closer than, you know, like I said, A is to B and 1 is to 2.
Yeah,
if it was 1 and 1, Jonte, Keith, and Joseph, like, you know, there's no second. Like my best friend, he's been my best friend since I was 7 years old. He lives out in Edmonton now, and like he would punish me. Like I was a weak. I said, beat me up until I don't feel pain anymore. And he goes, what do you mean? I go, I was a wuss, right? I was like, I get picked all the time. I said, I will never give up. And I never. He goes, how the hell? I'm like, I want you to toughen me up, and I didn't care. I was trying to keep going, like, you know, and it molded who I am. And to this day, he's like, you're insane. Like, you can't do today, you know. He goes, how are you? And he works for Big Steel Box out in Edmonton, right? The big blue shipping companies.
Yeah.
And I go, I'm doing. He goes, no, tell me what's going on. I tell him. He's like, oh Jesus. But like, you know, once a week he tries to reach out to me. He's busy, right? He tries once a week, and like I said, he's like, if he was still here with me in Ontario, we'd be probably as close still as you know, me and you and Joseph are, right? Yeah. So you have that one, but again, I have a mentor, you know, in Ontario. He's an older guy. When I got in the business, I know we're wrapping up here. I rubbed him the wrong way because the crowd I was with. I was new, so I was just okay, listen to me, just do this, don't do what these guys. Was the worst mistake of my life, because you know, and I'm blessed when I say this, you don't get second chances with many people. You rub the wrong way, that's it, you're done, you're dead to me.
Yep.
Well, when I came back before I won that title I was telling you about, you know, I came back from a bad car accident, and I changed my name and shaved my head, and no one saw me for years. So I changed my name, and no one's going to remember who I am. And I changed my whole physique and everything, and no one could tell I was that same guy. So when he saw me at a show, he goes, what's your name? And this and that. And I told him, he was like, and it clicked later, and he was like, there's no fucking way that's you. I said, and he told me, I said, I apologize for that. I was around the wrong people, and, you know, it's not inexcusable, but I just want to say, you know, because he's been like my mentor. Like if there's a Rocky Balboa and a Mick, that's me and Lenny.
I get that for sure.
And he will not hesitate to tell me when I fuck up. He will say, hey, get out of your head, you know, everything, and we understand this, is everything in life is a wrestling metaphor, if you guys think about it.
It is. I say that all the time.
Now, you guys have probably watched Sopranos, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you guys go back and watch it from season 1 to the end season, every lesson that Tony teaches is a wrestling lesson.
Yeah.
Okay? He showed me that, and he goes, now who were you out of that? Be honest with me. Well, I was Christopher, because I was the hothead, I was whatever, you know? Then I started to be Sal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so he will come up to me and be like, hey, big man, how you doing? You know, he'll bust my balls. But he'll also say, hey, you're doing good, you know, keep that head straight, as bad as you're feeling, you know. He's not one to be overly affectionate, but when the time is there, he's there.
Yeah,
right. But he's the type who's like, you know, just keep going. You know who you are. Be out there and outshine everybody. So when I do his shows, which I've been coming up on the 15th and stuff, I go out there even if I feel bad, because I know his words stick, no matter how bad I feel. So I give credit to Lenny Linelock for you know, just taking me back under his wing after I kind of disrespected him back in the early days of my career.
Yeah, and so he a real one for that, and you a real one too. Like that's how you know there's a genuine friendship there.
He's the main one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and that's the breakthrough part that we talk about in the podcast, bro. Yeah. Being able to see your shortcomings and evolve past it, and that's something that we advocate for all the time, man. So we are about to wrap up here, but
it was a
Jax,
beautiful
let them
combo.
Beautiful conversation, my brother. Thank you so much for being so open with us.
Anytime, man.
Anytime. Yeah, we'll definitely have you back for sure. and let the people know where they can find you, bro. Any matches you got coming up, let them all know.
So you can find me on Facebook at Jaxon Payne, or my name. Actually, let me. Also said that. Let me look it up here. Instagram would be Jaxon underscore Payne, Jaxon Payne underscore PT. Sorry, Jaxon Payne underscore PT at Instagram. I'm on there. That links to my TikTok. That links to my Facebook. It's the same. To put my name in, Tom Charlong on Instagram or on Facebook. You'll see me. I have a title defense this coming Saturday.
Okay, big dog.
I'm defending this title.
Yes,
in an open challenge.
Let's go.
Game over 2 for Northern Outlaw Wrestling, and this is the graphic.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes, sir.
It's an open challenge, and then on the 15th, I'm in Bradford, Ontario, at Carrot Fest. It's a 2-show event.
Okay.
It's with a Carrot Cup, so it's a tag team tournament, and the winner of the night gets the big trophy, the Carrot Cup, with a bag of carrots for the festival.
Yeah, hey, hey.
I'm here with a friend of mine. He wrestles as the cadet.
Okay.
And me. So we're teaming for the first time. We're good friends. I train with him all the time in London, Ontario, at his wrestling when he has one to do. He does a cadet gimmick here. So they're teaming us up as Major Payne.
Yeah.
And then we have a manager.
I see what y'all did there.
Yeah, I didn't make the name. The promoter did.
Smart.
So we're managed by Mr. Atlantis, who's a good friend of mine. And then on the 29th, I'm wrestling in my hometown of Hamilton, Ontario, at Bridgeworks for Ambition Pro Wrestling, the first ever show. And I'm going for the inaugural World Heavyweight title in the main event against Sunny Z.
This shit, man. You on a roll right now. You on a little run, man. You on a run for sure.
The stars are aligning, even though my world is crumbling.
Yeah.
And I love working when I'm in Hamilton because all my family and friends come out.
Yeah.
And especially on big matches like this, they don't get to see that.
Yeah.
So when I have a big match coming up like this, everyone wants to come out.
Yeah, we support you, bro.
It's crazy because, I feel blessed, like we talked about, Joseph. You have those dark moments in life, and you think that you can't get out of it, and then you have these little sporadic moments where, hey, there's light at the end of the tunnel. My friend reaching out on who's been in my corner for like 20 months, reach out to me through email every once in a while. Hey, how are you? How'd you do? How you feeling? And I'm so proud of you. No matter how bad you're feeling, you still do this, or you're still doing that, and it's humbling. And you don't realize how much when someone gives you a hug, how much that matters.
Hey, real shit. That's real right there. As a matter of fact, the next time I see you, bro, I got you. You know what I'm saying? You already know, bro.
Thank you, man. But again, I can't thank you guys enough for having me on your officially second podcast.
Yeah, officially.
But I just say, I don't see you guys nearly enough. Like, I got your number, Jonte. I talk to you all the time, big man. I'll send you mine.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't mind driving out to hang out with you guys for a couple hours. I don't mind.
We still got to get some burgers, man. All three of us.
Yeah, I've been waiting. I've been waiting, dude.
Yeah, we got to get that going.
We're definitely going to make it happen.
We got to get together. Like I said, I was talking with you about promotions in Ontario here. If I know a bunch of my friends are going to watch this on the 7th when you guys release it. Just a shout out, man. Joseph Credit. Like, if you want a big man that's powerful, fast, and can work, and I mean work any kind of style,
that's your man.
You got this guy here, and I've seen him for almost 2 years now, and this guy, you want a big man that can work and put asses in seats. That belt behind him is no joke. The ones down the hall are no joke.
That's straight facts right there.
So
that's straight facts.
If I can do whatever I can, Joseph, to bring you down, like I've been trying to do the same with Dean Hendricks before, if I can try to spread my name, even you, Jonte, get you
yeah, y'all know me. I just,
the biggest thing it would be is come down, like if they come down to a show, set up, whatever, or like bring a carload down to a show or something. Not many people show up sometimes, right? just an introduction goes a long way, right? So,
yeah, man.
you know, if anyone's out there who wants a big man that can move and look the part, that is a powerhouse who does powerlifting, this is your man, Joseph over here, right?
Yeah,
And
man.
he can work. He's has no ego. He's like you'll hear for an hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah.
How humble the guy is. So, and Jonte too. Like Jonte looks small, but Jonte he can work. He probably outworked me if.
I'm chilling, man.
But like I
Yeah,
said,
man.
these guys, they'd be a good effort to you roster anyway. So
We appreciate you, bro.
That's love,
We'll
man. You
work
know
for
we love you,
poutine,
boy.
bro. Like,
that again.
we'll work for poutine, bro. We out here.
Poutine. There you go. It's poutine down here. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
All
And like I
right,
said,
brother.
I got one show coming up in the States. I'll
Yeah.
talk to you about later, about October time. So
Okay, yeah, for sure, bro.
just try to get myself out there too, right? So
Yeah, man, definitely. We're gonna make it happen, bro.
So we got to get together, the three of us, man. It's been
we gotta
way
get
too
you out
long.
to Chicago.
Nah,
We can make that
definitely,
happen
man.
with Steve.
Get me to Chicago, yeah.
Yeah,
When
I'm
you
actually about
see-
to talk to the promoter in like 5 minutes. He's on the next podcast, so
Do it,
I
do
got
it.
you, dog.
All right, man. Well,
All
thank
right,
you
man.
guys
So-
so much. Like,
Thank you, brother.
I appreciate it. Like, you know, like you guys have a special place in my heart, no matter where we work.
Yeah, right.
Right?
Likewise,
So
bro.
it's just politics.
Yeah, it's as simple as that, man. So,
We already know,
Um,
man.
I know
Yeah.
you guys have a busy afternoon.
yeah, man.
Thank you guys so much. Do you know when this might be released?
Next Friday.
Next Friday?
Yep.
Good, because I will make sure people. Is there a certain link I can tell people to look for? Or is it
I'll
just-
make sure to get all that to you, brother.
All right,
So
and I will
we'll-
because a lot of
then,
people want to hear this. Some people want to
yeah,
see
we'll
it.
start clipping and doing all that and doing everything, and we'll
I'll
get
send
you going.
I'll send it to some of the promoters too.
Yeah, man, for sure, brother.
Well, thank you guys
So-
so much. I know we
Thank
went
you.
11 minutes over, but thank you
It's
so
all
much.
right. It's all right.
Thank
When
you,
talking
bro.
good stuff, man. All right, brother. We love you, man. Thank you, bro.
Thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful day.
You
All right,
too.
man, you too, brother.
Take care, guys.
All right. So, big ups to Jaxon. This has been the Back Bumps and Breakthroughs podcast. You know, like beautiful conversations, man. So, you're gonna see us again next week, and this is what we do, man. So, thank you, and have a great one, brother.